Preseason game number 3 is in the books for the Chicago Bears as they pick up a win over the Indianapolis Colts 27-17. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL. And here to break down real quick my thoughts on the Bears preseason game against the Indianapolis Colts. Before I do so, if you're new to the channel, make sure to go ahead and subscribe by hitting the big red subscribe button down below. Turn on my post notifications. You're going to want to be notified with the season starting right around the corner. I'll be posting Bears preview videos and Bears post-game recaps after every single game and before every single game. You don't want to miss out on that ton of Bears content on this channel and NFL content as well as a whole. So with that being said, let's talk about this game. What I like, what I didn't like, my biggest takeaways heading into now the regular season as we close out the preseason. So let me start by saying this, okay? I've got one big takeaway and a number of smaller takeaways. My one big takeaway, boy, am I glad Matt Nagy does not play starters in the preseason, because I told you guys the biggest takeaway I had heading into the preseason was please just stay healthy. I don't care what happens. So the Bears can go 0-4. The Bears can, look awful out there. The Bears can literally do whatever they want. We could look as inept as they want. But please, for the love of God, do not let a significant player get injured. And Matt Nagy has been very good about that and answering my prayers, because he has not played the starters any sort of meaningful snaps. So again, in this game as well, same thing. So I'm so glad to see that. So again, it's already a win for me because no significant players got hurt. And if you still think, the starters need reps in the preseason, in the third preseason game, take a look at what happened with Lamar Miller for the Houston Texans. Just tore up his knee, ACL, MCL tear, out for the year. That was their starting running back, folks, okay? Cam Newton got hurt, banged up in a preseason game for the Carolina Panthers. He's in a walking boot. You want Mitch in a walking boot? I don't think so. So you know what? I am so glad Matt Nagy has taken this approach. Sean McVay, another smart head coach who I really like, has taken the same approach as well. And preseason, to me, again, just do away with it. I should make a separate video about this, but the preseason either needs to go away completely or be reduced to 2 games, because 4 games is entirely too much, okay? It's too much. We're ready for the regular season. Just give it to us already. Get rid of the preseason or reduce it significantly, okay? So with that being said, that's my first biggest takeaway. Let's talk about the smaller takeaways, okay? And the next takeaway I had, Eddie Pinheiro, 58 yards, folks, right down the middle. He makes the kick, and it was the kick that I believe sealed him as the starting kicker for the Chicago Bears. Now, you might say, Fies, he was already the starting kicker because we let go and cut Elliott Fry, and to which that I would say, yes, but I do believe now with this kick, and it's funny, it's just one kick, but with this kick, I don't believe the Bears are going to, look for a trade, okay? When they cut Elliott Fry, they still weren't sure and locked in on Eddie Pinheiro. They were still looking to see, okay, is there anybody we can get, in trade, free agency, anybody out there on the waivers? Can we get anybody? Now, Eddie Pinheiro says, listen, I got a leg. Let me show you. Right down the middle. There was no doubt about it. 58-yarder. He has got a cannon for a leg. I've told you guys this. Again, I said it from the start that I believe that Eddie Pinheiro would win the starting job. And he has, in my opinion, he's going to be our starting kicker opening day against Green Bay Packers. Okay, so that's another takeaway. Another quick takeaway that I also had was the backup quarterback position. I mean, it's becoming flat out clear that this is going to be something we need to address. Chase Daniel and Tyler Bray, the other starting quarterback, it's just not cutting it. And more specifically, Chase Daniel didn't play a lot in this game, but still, to me, he's just slow, old, can't move in the pocket, can't move outside the pocket, really bogs down the offense. And look, if you are down to your backup quarterback, more often than not, your season's over. But the Philadelphia Eagles showed us that it shouldn't be the case. So to me, yes, of course, Mitch Trubisky is our entire team in terms of our hopes of the season. So if he goes down, that's huge. So you want to have backup quarterback addressed. But obviously, it's going to be a dent either which way. It's always good to have a backup quarterback address. So, and that's what I'm at. I don't believe Chase Daniel will be our backup quarterback after this season. Honestly, I don't wish he was our backup quarterback this season with the way he's playing. But again, I hope I'm wrong about that. Let's see, okay? Another quick things to note here. I liked what I saw from some of the guys. Deion Bush looked pretty good today. Gives some good depth on the defense side of the ball. I like that. Our running backs, Ryan Nall had one big long run, looked pretty good there. He's battling with Carrick White to be our fourth running back, so let's see who wins there. It's going to be a little difficult. Ian Bunting versus Bradley Sowell is another competition that we've been looking at in terms of tight end position. Ian Bunting, of course, being the better pass catcher, Sowell being the better blocker. Let's see what happens there. But for the most part, the biggest takeaways for me, of course, has been Eddie Pinero locking up the starting job. Has been, of course, nobody significant getting hurt in the preseason, and that's really all I care about. The rest of these guys, even if they, of course, make the roster, they will have minimal to, really no impact. So I'm not really too worried about that. I'm just worried about the guys that will make a huge impact, and that's what we saw in terms of the takeaways for the Bears in the third preseason game. So one more preseason game left, folks. That's it. We're here. But I want to let you guys know that I did post my preview already for the Bears versus the Packers. So you guys can go ahead and check that video out. So that is up to get you guys hyped for the regular season, Thursday night opening kickoff, not just for the Bears, but for the NFL as well. And another quick thing to note here, this was the game in which, of course, that huge news broke about Andrew Luck retiring from the NFL after just 7 seasons. So that's crazy, too, that the Bears were on the other side. And Chuck Pagano, the former head coach of the Colts, now the defense coordinator for the Bears, was also, in the game because of the fact that Andrew Luck retired. And I have posted a video about that as well. So go ahead and check that out, my full thoughts on Andrew Luck's retirement. It was very crazy to see. I was so shocked. I remember getting that notification and literally my jaw was on the floor because of how shocked I was. So go ahead and check out my full thoughts on that. Again, I really appreciate you guys with the support, man. I'm going to keep pumping out content. So make sure you're locked in, stay tuned, stay subscribed. Please go ahead and follow me on my social media as well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please make sure to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.